It is April 9th of 2026, and this is the Court Gallery. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a very special presentation. We're saying goodbye to an old friend, the Chalkboard of 3B Courtroom C. A historic courtroom that has seen decades of laughter, tears, and justice. The next time we'll see Judge Middleton, it'll be in a brand new courtroom. But before we close these doors for the last time, we have a compilation of the final cases heard in this legendary courtroom, featuring everything from identity mix-ups to missing store footage. It's a day full of monologues, stories, and memories with Judge Middleton, ladies and gentlemen. Grab a drink and make a toast to missing old friends. We're saying a fond farewell to Chalky right now.
Good morning. Sorry about the glitch. Today is April the 9th, 2026. Beautiful day here in Michigan. And it's our last day here in this courtroom. I have to turn off the reverb here in a minute. This courthouse was opened in 1976, I believe. Maybe that. And as I said yesterday, I arrived here in May of 1980, and Jeanette Jackson came in February of 1980. Excuse me, about to sneeze. And I've appeared in this courtroom as a prosecutor hundreds and hundreds of times, and as a judge for a long time, 23 and a half years. I was sometime in the other courtroom. Think about the judges that preceded me. Judge McManus, who was the first judge ever to preside in this court. He was here from about 1970 to 2002, which is a long tenure. Judge Welty was here, I think, for 3 terms from 1990 to 2008. Then Judge Pattison came. There have been thousands and thousands of people through this courtroom as defendants, as witnesses, as jurors, police officers, attorneys. Thousands of attorneys have appeared in this courtroom. Hundreds anyway. Dozens of people have scratched out a map on that funky little blackboard over there. We're going to lose that. We won't have it in the next courtroom. This is the courtroom where Mean Gene Shepard bit Mark Brooks's ear off. It's the courtroom where Jim Borchter fell out of the chair when it rolled away from behind him. It's the courtroom where Judge McManus got very angry at Trooper Jim Bedell, and hundreds and hundreds of other things have taken place in here. Tears, lots of tears. Small children have testified. Battered spouses have testified. Thousands of drunk driving defendants have been through here. And the work remains. So the hope is they're going to refurbish this. It is more than 55 years old. It is pretty shabby and unglamorous, but stayed and serviceable. As you heard, the pipes are cracked. There's some serious renovation that needs to be done. So it's the time that it's going to happen. As I said, I hope that I had lasted long enough to be gone before it happened, but I get to be a part of this. I'm gonna have to move everything out of my office. My friend Matt Davidson stopped by last night while I was out working in the yard, and he said, it's like you're moving into assisted living. You've lived all your life in your house, and it's time to downsize and move out of your house and get rid of things. So we've certainly got rid of lots of things. And so is the staff. And so things stay the same, but things change. And it's time for change. And in January, there'll be a new judge in my seat. Judge Pattison and I will both be on the third floor of the historic court building. And the cases will continue. New lawyers will appear, new defendants will appear, new tears will be shed, new laughs will be shared. So it's time, and I guess I have the privilege of closing this one and opening the next one. So if you look around, it's a big giant mess around here, but I'm gonna miss some of it because I'm leaving tomorrow and I will be gone until Tuesday, the 21st. And then I'll see what's in store. Presumably everything will be starting on Monday on the other side. There's drywallers, there's construction stuff, there's porta-johns, there's boxes of stuff, there's people moving things, there's shredders, there's hammer drills, a lot going on. So I'm going to take a break from it for about 10 days. My friend Kelly is here. She's come to visit me on my last day. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
She has a very busy schedule, so it's nice of her to come. As long as she's here, we might find something to arraign her on or see if she owes any money on past fines and costs. We'll check that out. Yesterday's first song was the Beatles, Two of Us, which is a song that makes you smile. Most of you knew it. Today's a nostalgic day. So I thought, well, what's a nostalgic song? I guess there isn't any more nostalgic one than this. A long, long time ago, I can still remember how the music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every paper I'd deliver. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride, but something touched me deep inside the day the music died. That one's just stuck in my brain from 1972. Everybody knows what it is. Listen to that today and smile, and we'll have a little shared moment of nostalgia, and tomorrow we'll just keep on going. I do have a busy day today. I have a full spate of arraignments. Judge Pattison's courtroom is shut down. Judge Stutzman's courtroom is shut down. So I'm it. We have arraignments, we have a bond violation at 9:30, and we have a full boat of last pretrials this afternoon. Hope to accomplish some settlements with those cases, and then a late afternoon plea. We also may have a walk-in from somebody that failed to appear. So we will have a busy last day, and the court is actually closed down today. We got permission from the Supreme Court to close our offices because they're all moving too. They don't have as much junk as I do. I have a full office and 47 years worth of time to accumulate things, but all the staff has got to move their stuff also. So we'll see who we have to arraign here in just a moment. Thanks for coming in on this funny April 9th day. Probably somebody's birthday today.
It is my great grandson's birthday.
Well, congratulations and happy birthday to him. Was it on the radio this morning?
I don't know, but I did have a trespassing event I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
My 92-year-old mother called this morning and she had a trespasser in the house, so I couldn't get here any sooner. I was with her. But luckily I had 2 mouse traps I had to take to her. So she is all set.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah,
There was a case in Judge Tomlinson's courtroom upstairs. Tom Robertson was still here, and so was Judge Tomlinson. And they had an elderly woman in there with dementia, and she was there under a conservatorship. And she was sitting there, and Judge Tomlinson was there, and all of a sudden the lady went, "A mouse, a mouse, a mouse." And they thought she was demented. Lo and behold, there was a mouse. There was a little hole in the corner of his bench, and there was a mouse in there. I had
I could make you laugh today.
So, yes, you have to laugh because life's too short and there's a lot of tragedy and heartache, but there's also a lot to laugh about. And if you couldn't laugh about it, then what's the point?
Are you gonna make it to Rotary?
I am.
Good.
We'll see. As I said, I have a lot of customers lined up outside. They don't know it's the last day, although anybody that walks in here can tell it's a construction zone. And speaking of which, you had to go through this process to close your longtime office down and move it all?
I know how I felt after 16 years being in one location. I can't imagine what you must be feeling today, and I just had to be here for you.
Well, thank you. I'm not gone yet, but it's time to move. And it's just as well. I have to move anyway.
Yeah.
So it makes me do it in April rather than next December, trying to get rid of all this stuff. So we're pre-downsizing, Swedish death cleaning. So I have pictures from in here. We had our 50th anniversary celebration for the court. We had Judge McManus's eulogy in here. We've had a number of Liberty Bell Award ceremonies in here. And as I said, hundreds of jury trials. Well, I don't know. We haven't tried many jury trials in the past. I tried 107 felony jury trials as a prosecutor, and I don't know how many misdemeanor jury trials, but they haven't tried 170 felony trials altogether since I left, but it's a different world we live in. We used to try things like stealing a lawnmower out of a garage, or less serious things would actually go to jury trial. All right, well, now we're just waiting for customers. So this leads me to believe that Mr. Stickley is there. He tries to try to round them up. Either that or nobody showed up but Kelly.
Well, can I mention the Better Place room?
Yes.
So we have some very dear friends who have contributed to our new building, and they did it in your name. And the conference room is named after the fund that they created, called the Better Place Fund. Our conference room is the Better Place, and we named it after you, in honor of you. So you need to come out and see your room in our building. I'm going to run across the hall. Second, big box.
Okay.
I'll send everybody here.
All right. Well, that is very kind. Kelly I'm not sure how well that picked up with the mics, but they built a new, she calls it a barn dominium, but a large office complex with barn space for their equipment and their vehicles. And it's a very nice facility on Schimmel Road near the Glen Community College and ISD. And our friends from California who've been so very supportive contributed to that and set up a fund called the Better Place Fund. And I'm very humbled by that, because our goal really is to try to make this a better place. We can't certainly fix the world. We can try to make things better in our own backyard. So that's what we're doing by several different methods. And the United Way for St. Joseph County certainly makes this a better place. All right, here's the distinguished Mr. Stickley.
Sorry, wait, I don't know how to find everybody. Just go have a seat over there, guys.
All right, we are back. I shut that off to separate it because I'm going to leave it up. But we are about to start our arraignments. We've only got a couple of customers here. Mr. Stickley couldn't find everybody, so we're going to send him out on a search. Anyway, let's get started. And that was very nice of Kelly to come visit on my last day here. It's not my last day. We got a ways to go. And everybody got today's first line. The three men I admire most, the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, that caught the last train for the coast. The day the music died. Good morning, everyone. You're here for an arraignment. That's the process where the judge tells you what you're charged with and asks you how you wish to plead to the charge. My name is Judge Middleton. I get to keep my sign there, at least for the rest of the day. And we're going to talk about your case. This distinguished gentleman on his phone over here is Mr. Keith Stickley. He is the Chief Public Defender for St. Joseph County. Good morning, ma'am. Why don't you just come in and have a seat? Right over there on that side. All right. We've also got Deputy Paul here to help us. He's the first person I see every day. When I call your name, I want you to come right up to the podium and we will talk about your case. Let me get into the system here. We don't have paper files like we did in the old days. Everything is electronic. So it takes me sometimes a bit to click into it. The first person to check in was Jared Tuttle. Would you come up to the podium, please? Good morning, sir. Are you Jared Allen Tuttle?
Yes, I am.
You're from Angola?
Yep.
You drive up from Angola this morning?
That's where I live. Yeah, stayed with my mom last night in Overville. She brought me up here.
Well, let's talk about the charge. The allegation is that on January 9th, you assaulted Brandy Gillespie here in St. Joe County, someone you had a dating relationship with. We get literally dozens or hundreds of these in the course of a year. It's called domestic violence or domestic assault. It's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Anyway, this was an incident that happened at Laura Drive Apartment B in January with getting kids up for school and angry temperatures and tempers. Mr. Stickley, have you had a chance to discuss this with the defendant?
I have, Your Honor. At this time, he's going to ask the court to enter a plea of not guilty and set the matter of pretrial. It would be appropriate to appoint an attorney for him as well.
All right. Who lived at the Laura Drive address?
Me and Randy both did.
Were you on the lease?
Yes.
All right. So you're out of there as a no contact provision?
Yep. But she filed I have a court date here May 6th, but she wanted to vacate the no contact order.
All right.
And I guess she has talked to the prosecutors. She didn't want charges pressed, but they took it up anyways.
Well, it's the people of the state of Michigan
Yeah, I
versus
understand.
you. And so the prosecutor
Asked to.
asked, and so we'll see. Anyway, I'll show you plead not guilty. do out of apartment. Going to appoint an attorney, set an attorney pretrial for May 1. We are going to be very busy on May 1. All right, I'm going to send you out with the court officer. Did he get printed? And they're going to give you some paperwork with your lawyer's name and number on it. This is important. I want you to call the lawyer and discuss this with them
Okay.
prior to May 1st. And then you'll be here in the other building. By May 1st, we'll be on the other side in the big old historic courtroom. This charge has got different ways it could go. It could be a dismissal, could be a reduced charge, it could be a plea with a probation deferral, it could be a trial. But they'll get the police report, get victim input, be in a position to make some decisions about how to proceed on May 1st. So you make sure you contact your lawyer. I'll see you on the other side on
Thank
May
you, sir.
1st.
By the way, I watch you every day.
All right. Well, thank you. I'd say it helps people sleep at night because it's so boring. Audrey Clark. Good morning. I have some other visitors here today. Kelly was just here. I didn't know if you guys got arrested or something and need to get arraigned.
Never know.
Some other friends are here to visit on our last day here. Good morning. You're Audrey Sue Clark?
Aubrey.
Aubrey. Yes, Aubrey. No, but they didn't write it wrong. I just read it wrong. You're charged with the infamous offense of no insurance. We get hundreds of these. It's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $500. Carries no fine of not less than $200. So the minimum fine for this is $325. Rarely does anybody go to jail for this. There is we've got a couple of these today. There is a lesser offense known as no proof of insurance. And that's a civil infraction. It's not even a crime. Mr. Stickley says you have insurance now on the vehicle.
Yes.
Who's your insurance carrier?
Progressive.
You got a lot of Progressive. That's our goal, is to help people get insured. So what I'm going to ask you to do is have a seat for a minute. We're going to get a couple of these and we will enlist the help of the prosecutor. The prosecutor has the authority to reduce the charge. The judge doesn't. But almost always when the people come in and prove that they have insurance, the prosecutor is willing to reduce it, which will save you a whole bunch of money, and it won't be a misdemeanor, and it will be just a civil infraction. So you have a seat and we'll come back to you in a bit. Is Ashley Armour here? Surprised she's not. I took every paper clip out of here. This thing is stripped down. I didn't even have any judgment forms here. Well, let's talk to somebody that is here. Stephanie Smith. Well, Miss Smith, I've misplaced your file. I don't know if I've misplaced it or just don't have it.
No, it was amended. I don't know if that matters.
Well, you're on the docket. I don't have the sheet. But very often when something's missing, it's right in front of my face. This happened the other day. I was looking for a file and I just didn't have it.
Well, that matters. I do believe it's a felony file, Your Honor.
It is. Well, we'll make it work. I don't have the ROA face sheet on Stephanie Smith, but we're going to do it from here. She's here. File number is 26603FY. Ms. Smith, you're charged with possession of methamphetamine as a second or subsequent offense. That's a felony. It's punishable by up to 15 years in prison and a fine of $25,000. I don't know if anybody's ever done that, but that is the maximum fine. Uh, It's alleged that you have some sort of odd felony in Indiana. Because this is a felony, I don't have jurisdiction to take your plea. But don't take all that. I moved them so they'd be out of the camera. Anyway, Ms. Smith, I'm going to show that you're pleading not guilty. Do you still live on Second Street in Constantine?
Yes.
Good morning. We could have done this the other day. I was teasing you about whether you were supposed to be here. If I'd known that, we could have,
I'm really not supposed to be here.
well, all right, you were here to support him. Now he's here to support you.
That's what family do.
That's how that works. All right, we'll get to that in a minute. All right, Ms. Smith, I will show that you're pleading not guilty. Set a pre-exam conference. That will be on April 21st. And if we need a preliminary examination, it will be April 28th at 1 o'clock. Your next court date is Tuesday, April 21st at 8:30. It will be over there in the other building. But by the time you get here, the bailiffs will send you where to go. It's on the third floor of the older building. Anyway, also I'm going to appoint an attorney. What's your occupation? What do you do?
I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Okay. Well, stay at home. Don't get in any more trouble until we address this. So I'm going to have the court officer take you out. We'll appoint an attorney for you. You'll meet with the attorney, discuss this. I don't know anything about it. There is an affidavit, but I didn't look at it yet. So I will see you April 21st. That'll be my first day in that courtroom.
Okay.
So we may have some stumbles, but I'll be there. I want you to be there. So you call your lawyer and I'll see you on Tuesday, April 21st at 8:30.
Thank you.
Emily Hayner. Good morning. Come right to the podium there if you would. Don't look so scared. Nothing terrible is really going to happen here.
It's my first time, but I'm not.
Well, you had your first time on our last day.
So I put it in a plastic bag.
File number is 26397SM. Ms. Hayner, you got charged with the same offense as Ms. Clark, no insurance. And it appears that you're showing that you now have insurance.
Currently not, but I got a job close by so I can walk to. It's kind of just gonna be parked, if anything, getting rid of it soon.
All right, well,
Then I would suggest that we still
have a
still
pretrial.
Yeah, I think a pretrial with the prosecutor.
What do you do, Ms. Hayner?
I just recently got a new job at a small gas station nearby where I stay.
In Vicksburg?
No, I stay with my friends in Decatur. Yeah, it was just a rough patch. But
Well, this is not exactly the crime of the century. It's a strange offense. It's not in the motor vehicle code, it's in the insurance code. All the motor vehicle stuff starts with 257. Drunk driving is 257625. The insurance code all starts with 500, and there's a lot less things in it. But you're charged with operating without insurance. It looks like they gave you a warning for no plate and defective equipment, one headlight.
Yeah.
And I say this a lot, one headlight will get you pulled over every time because they'll say, hey, your headlight is out. And hey, do you like the wallflowers? But we'll have you meet with the prosecutor. They're going to meet with another person. What did she show to you?
I was looking at, I didn't have her contact info. I thought it was different in the
Just
thing.
the ticket.
oh,
and
just the
our
actual
scout
ticket.
tickets.
It was a 2021 Toyota. Looks like a nice car.
Yeah, I wanted to beat her, but you know, dealerships.
Well, I've had my
Nickel.
share of beaters, but my car now is okay. You have a seat, Miss Hayner. We'll have the assistant prosecutor come meet with you here in a minute. William Lowry. Good morning, sir. Didn't we just do this a while ago?
Yeah,
Let's talk about your stuff. This is William and Eugene Lowry here in Centerville. He is charged with driving suspended on February 26th of 2026. He liked that so much, he did it again on March 6th, 2026. And he's charged with driving suspended second offense. Driving suspended second offense is punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Carries 2 points on your driver's license and requires your license be suspended. You have several cases set for jury trial in May. You have an unpaid driving suspended ticket from 2024. You have an assault and battery, trespass, and stalking, all set for jury trial for April 27th. That must be in front of Judge Pattison. And you got 2 driving suspendeds in a month. So let's get you a lawyer. Who is the attorney on your?
Tim George.
All right, I'm going to appoint Mr. George. May we resolve all this. Now, a couple things. You live right here in town, so
Yeah,
you walked over here.
Right.
Stop driving.
They took my car. I can't drive anymore, so.
Well, eventually they will do that. This is 436 ST and 439. Maybe we can resolve everything all at once without the need to bring in 30 jurors to resolve these other cases, but both cases. Appoint an attorney. Tim George. Set attorney pretrial. I don't know how we're going to do May 1st. We may end up going into the afternoon.
It's a big courtroom up there. All right.
But I can only, I did 26 or something, but even at 10 minutes of plea, there's only, and some take longer, and it's a very trying morning, but we end up going into the lunch hour, but we have the cases and we have to address them. All right, also has, Mr. Lauer, are you working somewhere?
I'm trying to find it, with my felonies, it's really hard to get a job, to be honest, especially with no car in this town, so.
Yeah, there's not a lot of
I mean,
employment
I'm
opportunities
Doing what I
here.
can, so I'm paying on my fines, but
I see that.
it's mowing lawn and doing whatever I can here and there, to be honest.
All right, well, we're gonna get the same lawyer. We're gonna set this for May 1st at 8:30. And Mr. George can look at this and your other cases. I want you to continue to pay on your payment plan. Don't drive. Stay away from the person that you're accused of stalking. And we'll see maybe if we can come to some all-encompassing resolution on May 1st.
All righty.
So good luck, sir.
Thank you very much.
Is Jamie Schrock here? Good morning. Somehow you slipped. They didn't get your name down, but I saw that you were there.
You can take it off.
Too late now. Already called your name, and this is some not good stuff.
No.
This is file 26 502 FY. Mr. Schrock, you're charged with assaulting Amanda Binkley by strangulation, someone you had a dating relationship with. There's a specific kind of domestic violence that involves strangulation, choking. People often misspell it as chocking. You're also charged as having 2 previous domestic assault charges, so they charge you with a felony, 3rd offense domestic violence. You're also charged as a 3rd habitual offender, which would theoretically make the first charge punishable by up to 20 years in prison. So this is all serious as a heart attack. And so my recommendation at this point is you plead not guilty, and I appoint an attorney to help you with this. Now, you were on Borgett Road. Are you out of the house, or is she?
No, I'm back. She left and I come there and I finally, the St. Joe County cops wouldn't take her away. So I called state police and state officer Bauer made her leave.
What'd you do? Catch a red eye or something?
Yes.
Lie. That's a surprise.
Her whole scheme was, her and Deb Davis they plotted this thing to.
All right, well, don't say any more about it.
Well, that's exactly what happened.
All right, well, I'm gonna get a lawyer to help you with this.
Thank you.
You're talking about Prosecutor Davis?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
All right, again, we'll get a lawyer and you can discuss this with them. I think Miss Binkley, she had some warrants of her own. I'm not sure where she is. Let's see who authorized this. Miss Davis. Anyway, these are very serious charges with the supplemental and the previous convictions, and so it is important that you have an attorney. Set a pre-exam. I'm busy on April 21st too. I'll come back with a bang from vacation. April 21, 2026 at 8:30 for a pre-exam. Preliminary examination, if needed, will be April 28th at 1 o'clock. Now, I don't think you owe me any other money. And you're not on probation or parole anywhere. That's all over with.
No, I'm paid up.
All right, it doesn't show that you
I
only
even got my license back, so I'm waiting. for
Well,
that.
I am glad about that, but I don't know what to make of this. So did he get printed?
Yes,
Didn't?
Not yet.
All right. Well,
when I got arrested, I did.
well, they got an F on here that said you need to get printed, so we'll see what the deal is. You go with a court officer, we'll get a court-appointed attorney for you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Anthony D. Grant. They didn't actually come here to support you. Well, maybe they did. I don't know. Oh, you did? Oh, I thought it came from me. I didn't think it came from you. It was just an accident. They were here on the last day. Anyway, this is some more serious business. This is Anthony Dwayne Grant Jr.
No, I'm Anthony Dwayne Grant, number 1.
Well, they got Junior on here. We better straighten.
That's my
that.
son.
Well, this is some serious mistake. Let's see where that happened. That's a big deal. We had a guy the other day and I said, hey, you owe me a bunch of money. And he said, that's not me, it's my son. But this is, so they show you as Anthony Dwayne Grant.
There's 4 of us, Your Honor.
Yeah, but the complaint somewhere, somebody put Junior on here. I'm trying to figure out where that happened. The prosecutor did it when they charged it. We need to fix it. Anyway, the allegation is that you did threaten and discourage or attempt to discourage Jason Van Dyken, who you knew would be a witness. It's charged as impeding, interfering, obstructing a witness. So those witness intimidation, that's a felony punishable by a 4-year imprisonment. You're also charged with resisting, obstructing a police officer, 2 counts under. So this is serious stuff.
Your Honor, I don't have access to the, like that confidential ID form or whatever, but before we go through with the arraignment, does all the other things outside of his name actually match?
Well, let's see. Good. The booking information did. I don't have a criminal history in here. I don't know why I don't.
Maybe that personal protected information sheet. I don't think it's necessarily fair to arraign them if we can't positively identify.
Well, the complaint says Anthony Dwayne Grant, signed by Deborah Davis on March 21st. Then
There should be a personal identification sheet in there as well.
Then they
which is
filed-
DOB.
well, there should be, but there isn't. Can anybody help me here? There's no criminal history. There's a complaint, then somehow it got amended. The date of birth is no longer on the warrant, which is very. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's no longer in the system. Your DOB is 1963. Were you born in 1963? Before the Beatles.
Junior or senior?
It's senior, but the original complaint came in as Anthony Dwayne Grant. Somewhere it got changed by the prosecutor to Anthony Dwayne Grant Jr. The bond form is Anthony Dwayne Grant. He posted a bond of $6,000. There's no criminal history in here. This is senior. Anyway, Mr. Grant, the clear import here is we need to get an attorney to help you with this. This happens from time to time with a misidentification. And it can be important. For example, there's probably 8 or 10 guys in St. Joe County named Michael Klein. And some of them have the same middle name. And it has happened in the past where they arrested the wrong person. I can think of one notorious case where the state police arrested a school teacher from Sturgis or from Coldwater, and she wasn't the right person. She spent Thanksgiving weekend in jail. She was mortified. And I can think of another case where 2 guys worked in a RV factory, and one of them was selling drugs, and they both had the same name, and they arrested the wrong guy because they weren't careful about the identification. So we are very careful about identification. Anthony Grant number 1. We'll sort this out. In the meantime, I want to show you're pleading not guilty. I'll appoint an attorney unless you intend to retain one. Do you want me to appoint one for you?
Well, I'm gonna need something because I've lost jobs, $80,000 job, $14,000 job. They still won't return monies from me that I have an affidavit.
Who's
So-
they? The state police, the sheriff's department?
Yeah, you know, well,
All right, I'm gonna set a pre-exam conference for 4/21/26 at 8:30. Pre-exam, if needed, would be April 28th, 26 at 1 o'clock.
this, I just want to put it on record. This stop was a stop. It was unwarranted at all.
All right, well, we'll sort that out. That's one reason why you need an attorney. There isn't any information in here.
Sure there isn't.
Well, there's no affidavit because they made a warrantless
Sorry.
arrest. And the bond information sheet. Kyle Singler, we talked to him the other day. During the contact with Singler, his passenger, Anthony Grant, was yelling not to comply. Officer Flynn, he wouldn't get out of the car, wouldn't answer the door, open the door. I can't tell how this turned into what it did.
I said anything.
All right, well, don't say more about it. This is a case where an
All
attorney
right, all right, sorry.
could really help you. There are
Yes, sir.
some
Yes, Your Honor.
defensible defenses here.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you posted your bond. You're not a flight risk. You've appeared for everything.
All the time.
I don't know. He's got a print order on here. One of my sore points is they arrest people at the jail and they don't fingerprint them. They don't even know who they are. They could be the Gilgo Beach killer and they'd let them out without knowing who they are. So we have our own live scan equipment and we fingerprint them here. So Mr. Grant, there's some issues here. They're gonna need to be cleared up. And we'll get a lawyer to help you with this. And I don't even need to tell you this, but what I want you to do is call your lawyer, make an appointment to discuss it with them prior to April 21st. And I will see you on that morning and we'll see where we're headed with this thing. So you go with the court officer, we'll get your prints and you'll get your court appointed attorney. You're good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You dress for the occasion, which means you take the matter seriously. Is Shannon Rochelle James here?
What'd you say? Brian?
Shannon Rochelle James? Which case are you here on, ma'am?
Me,
Yeah.
Ashley Armour.
Oh, I called your case and you weren't here. Let's try it again. I was gonna give you a tour of my new office if you, but I'm leaving. So are you? All right, Miss Armour, would you come forward, please? Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, we're gonna finish, then Mr. Stickley's gonna go try to summon a prosecutor and address your two cases. I'm just gonna appoint an attorney for Miss Armour.
Yeah,
This is 26437 SD, People versus Ashley Armour, charged with operating while intoxicated and improper use of lights. Miss Armour, operating while intoxicated is what they used to just call drunk driving.
Yeah.
This allegedly occurred on March 6th. We get a couple hundred of these every year.
Well, you'll never get one from me again, I promise that.
Well,
Never.
Most people that get arrested for drunk driving get just one.
Yeah,
That lasts.
that
a
was
lifetime.
enough for me,
Well,
I've
it's
never been so
embarrassing,
scared.
it's humiliating, it's scary, it's
very
expensive.
much.
But for now, I'm gonna show that you appeared live. You still live on Jane
I
Street?
do.
Or show a plea of not guilty. Appoint an attorney. Set attorney pretrial for May 1, 2026 at 8:30. Now, there's a fingerprint on here too. Miss Armour, you heard me say this. You were a little late, so maybe you didn't hear me. I want you to call this lawyer, make an appointment to discuss this case with him prior to your pretrial date on May 1st. We're gonna be real busy. That courtroom on the other side is gonna be full, but we'll be here.
Okay.
The ticket doesn't have a blood alcohol light, or you were apparently driving without your lights on and they pulled you over. All right, we're gonna get a lawyer to help you with this and
Okay.
see where we're headed. All right, you go with the court officer.
Okay.
They'll give you your lawyer's name and number.
Okay.
you need to get printed. Hi. Abigail, we've got two no insurance cases. Aubrey Clark has proof of insurance, and Miss Hayner's case is a little more complicated, but they're both here. Miss Clark now has progressive insurance. Miss Hayner's got an explanation of her circumstance. So here's the files if you want to see them. You see Miss Clark first. Thanks for your help.
Thanks, Judge.
All right, I do have a probation violation hearing arraignment at 9:30, so we're gonna stop this for a minute. All right, we're waiting for the prosecutor to join us. We've got a probation violation matter that and sentence I think is resolved. It's not a probation violation, it's a bond violation, so I've mischaracterized it, but mostly it's a sentence. And I do not think the new room's gonna have a chalkboard. We'll see how all that goes. I'll let this run for just a moment. We had a couple of visitors this morning. Then when we finish this, that will complete the morning. We'll do some more moving before we come back this afternoon. We gotta take the flags out of here, take the seal off the wall. Take my plaque off up front. So we'll hope for the best. So we're waiting for a prosecutor to join us. Laura, make sure I'm not in here talking without having the record on. Good thing she's looking out for me.
Bench conference.
Yes. We can't now, but I've knocked over my monitor.
Or you can just set out in the hallway.
They're gonna take it out of here later today. All right, sorry about that jarring experience. We're gonna step out for a minute. Everybody, the live stream is on, so keep that in mind. Come into my junky office and we'll talk for a moment.
It should be quick. I don't even think we need to go that far.
All right. Thank you. Please be seated. And sorry about the bashing the system over. It's all coming out of here shortly. We've got a strange camera angle, but someone who shall remain nameless bought me that camera. Because they were nameless, but I have some suspects. All right, let's go on the record. We'll wait a minute for Miss Stoll to rejoin us. Did they take Mr. Cole back to the jail?
Yes.
Good. All right, I think Miss Stoll is consulting with the complainant. No, I don't have a probation referral in here either. Well, we'll hope for the best. We are in hurry up and wait mode, and sometimes that's how it goes. Knock this over again. I guess it doesn't matter. It's going to be removed. They were diligently working on getting Judge Patterson's hearing room set up. 3 guys in a small space and a bunch of wires and tools and monitors and microphones, and they're going to do mine mostly while I'm gone. All right, I think we're good to go. I'll call the case. This is People versus Robert Gray Baird. That's you, sir?
Yes.
Here with your lawyer, Ms. Jordan Harden. Also present is Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Abby Stoll. Defendant was charged with domestic violence or domestic assault for an incident that occurred on January 22nd of 2026. The defendant pled guilty to a domestic violence on March 5th. The prosecutor had recommended a deferral. And as I advised you at that time, I can only do the deferral if the prosecutor consents. We do dozens of them every year. The prosecutor has the discretion whether to allow the deferral or not. And the court can't do it unless the prosecutor agrees. So sometime between March 5th and our proposed sentence date of March 23rd, there came a alleged bond violation, alleging that you had violated the no contact and no assaultive behavior condition of your bond.
Your Honor, I apologize for interrupting. The alleged violation was February 5th. So it was well before.
All right, well, we found out about it before the sentence. Thank you. It actually occurred before the sentence. But anyway, it popped its head up at the time we were going to do the sentence on March 23rd. So we continued the matter further until today for sentence. Your lawyer and the prosecutor's office have been discussing this matter through the morning. As I understand our posture right now, Ms. Stoll, we're going to proceed with the domestic violence sentencing with the deferral allowed by the prosecutor, and we're not going to proceed on the bond violation. We'll simply proceed on a sentencing with a recommended deferral, where if the defendant completes the probation, the charge could be taken off his record. Is that the people's position?
That's correct, Your Honor.
You agree, Ms. Harden?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, there was also discussion of, for the continued peace of mind of the parties and the complainant, a tether, GPS tether, which would prohibit him from coming into physical contact with the complainant while we're on the probation. So, Mr. Baird, you pled guilty to the domestic violence charge. The prosecutor agrees with the deferral, which means I'm going to do a sentence which will allow you to take the charge off your record. I'm going to hang some jail over your head. If you violate the bond, you're just going to, if there's an allegation of the violation of the conditions, you'll go to jail and lose the deferral. Do you understand? You have to speak your answer.
Yes.
All right, Jordan, what would you like me to know?
Thank you, Your Honor. As the court is aware, the parties do have a minor and very minor child in common, so that does complicate things going further. I have discussed the benefits of the deferral with my client, as well as the expectations of him while on this probation in order to receive that benefit. He's aware, in my discussions with the prosecuting attorney, they are going to ask to continue with the no contact as well as a GPS tether to ensure there's no further inappropriate or assaultive conduct between the parties. We would ask that the current bond condition that allows my client telephonic or virtual communication for the purposes of talking about the needs of the child as well as parenting time with the child be continued. There is a domestic case in which he is awarded custodial rights and parenting time. So obviously that's something that he may need to navigate in the family court going forward. I have encouraged him to contact his domestic attorney and try to facilitate a third party to assist with that via a court order to avoid any kind of confrontation or contact with the parties. He's aware the stakes are very high. If he is not able to comply, he loses not only the deferral, but potentially his employment, as the judge, the support will order him to do some jail time. So this is a case where the parties are extremely intertwined due to that child and their romantic history. So I have advised him that even if the complainant contacts him and tries to initiate contact with him, he needs to ignore her so that he can remain compliant and get the benefit of that deferral. Otherwise, we are in agreement with the conditions that the prosecution has asked for. We'd ask that any and all jail time be deferred as part of this deferral in order for him to receive the benefit. However, if the court feels that any upfront jail time would be necessary, we'd ask that it be scheduled by the probation department. He does not have any criminal history, no assaultive history. He's the type of individual for which this deferral was intended to help. So I would ask the court to afford him all the benefits and opportunities to complete that. Thank you.
Ms. Stoll, what's your position here?
Thank you, Your Honor. I've offered the domestic violence deferral, so the defendant can keep a clean record, hopefully learn from his mistakes so that he doesn't make them again. I would ask that the court order the most rigorous domestic violence probation possible as a way to help him learn from what he's done and move forward. I would also ask that, and the court's already indicated this, that the defendant be put on a GPS tether with hot zones around the victim's house and her place of work to keep him away from her. I understand that in cases of domestic violence deferrals, that the court typically doesn't order upfront jail time, but I would like to see the defendant do a weekend in jail just so that he gets a taste of what it would be like if he were to violate his probation, so that he understands that the court's orders are serious.
All right. Ms. Shaw is here with the victim advocate. Do you wish to speak, or you just wish to be present? Is there anything you want to say? I'm willing to hear what you have to say. All right. Well, I'm glad you're here. Mr. Barrett, anything you want to tell me?
I'm very sorry for my actions. This is I've lost quite a bit of sleep on this. I've been really nervous about going through this. Even that one day in jail that I've already spent, that was
I counted it as 2. You got arrested late on the 22nd, and early on the 22nd. You bonded late on the 23rd.
Well, that stay was a pretty good eye awakening, and this worry about bond conditions and the concern of not being able to be there for my kid or being able to pay the child support so they can be supported.
Where are you working?
Midwest Gutter Systems.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Are you about to be real busy?
We're already real busy, and I've got
a lot of people got tornado guttered, but it's the time of year when your business picks up.
Yeah, I've got 5 straight days of estimates, 7, 8 people a day that I'm meeting, plus weekend estimates most times.
Well, the income is good to pay the support. This is always hard when the parties have a child together. These parties were not married, but they do have a case and counsel and parenting time and custody issues. So there is some family court supervision. The problem is you're stuck with each other for the next 17 years. And I don't do divorces. I never had any desire to be the domestic relations judge. God bless Judge Pattison. He wants to do that and he's very good at it, but it's very difficult. And sometimes there's no good answer. The best answer is bad for both parties. Makes Ms. Shaw's life complicated, makes your life complicated, makes the child's life complicated. But there's a public safety issue here. As your lawyer said, you've got no criminal record. The prosecutor mentioned it also. I'm going to order 90 days jail, credit 2, giving 88 days to serve. You already did 2 days in jail. They have the 90 days, 88 are deferred. Usually in a deferral, the jail is deferred. However, if you violate the probation conditions, you could end up going to jail for 88 days. So my hope is that you'll comply with the conditions. I'm going to make the fine 0. There's a $75 crime victims' rights fee, a $50 state minimum fee, $150 attorney fee. I'm doing a 12-month probation, which is $480. I need to pay for the class. I'm doing the full domestic violence class. I'm going to order Community Corrections GPS tether. No drugs and no alcohol. Ms. Shaw, I didn't get the impression that this was alcohol driven. Alcohol is not a factor in this matter. Is that correct? I didn't get that sense, but everybody that's on probation has this condition. And we'll do testing as directed if needed. You don't need drug counseling or treatment. All right, I forgot. You're in Vicksburg and you're in the Michigan Avenue house. So you're not really very far apart. No contact. Well, let's add that up. $125 plus $150 plus $480 plus the class. But that's $755 doing 1 year. I'm doing the full class. You're actually going to benefit from it. I never had anybody that took the class that didn't like it. They would say, well, I hate my wife. You're a jerk. My lawyer sold me out. I'll say, what'd you think of the class? Oh, I like the class. It's ironic. People that were mad about everything actually benefited and enjoyed the class. You need it for your relationships, for your parenting. No contact except for custody and visitation purposes.
Your Honor, does that extend to exchanges of the child if they were to meet at a public place like a police
Yes.
station? Okay, so he can have contact and exchange. For the
Well, my
purpose of that
preference would be a
exchange.
third party.
I would encourage that as well.
I'm gonna, no,
Okay,
no contact except for custody and visitation virtually.
okay.
Maybe it can go on, but it's gonna have to get better because this is terrible for your child. Even if you don't like each other, you need to deal with each other. Child support is a bad deal all the way around. I've said this a lot. It's not enough money for the mother to support the child, and it's too much money from the other paying parent. And in the middle is the child. It's a best answer to a bad problem. But
And again, I've encouraged him to contact his domestic attorney as soon as possible to try to get some third-party orders in place in that file.
and that could work. I commend you that you want to continue to be a part of your child's life. We have so many fathers primarily that just disappear because they don't want to pay. And they end up being a absent dad or a non-existent dad or a part-time dad that comes in long enough just to screw things up. But I'm serious. You guys need to work on it. You're going to go to this class, which is going to help you deal with these issues. You're going to be on this tether, which is going to keep you away from the complainant. And you got a bunch of jail hanging over your head. You got no criminal record. And if you can stay the course here, you won't have any. So we'll see how this goes. You can be discharged earlier than 12 months if you've completed all the obligations of the probation. So I'm going to ask the court officer to take you out to the counter and we'll get you plugged into the probation.
Could I have him wait until the victim leaves?
Yes.
Thank
Well,
you.
I was going to have him go
Okay.
in there and then they can go out that way. So why don't you go ahead and escort him out to the counter. All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Baird, I want you to hold up your end of the deal. You need to, for your sake, her sake, and your child's sake. And I hope it works. You go with the court officer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Abigail. All right, we're back for what I expect to be a busy afternoon. And we've got several cases ready to go. Still have some moving to do before the end of the day. The first matter we're going to address is People versus John Elmer Fox Jr. He's here with his attorney, Mr. Paul Gibson. File number here is 2543 SM. Defendant is charged with larceny under $200 and assault and battery. Abigail Stoll is here for the prosecutor's office. Ms. Stoll, what's the plea offer here?
Your Honor, in exchange for a guilty plea to the larceny less than 200, the people are willing to dismiss the assault and battery charge.
All right. Mr. Fox, I told you this at your arraignment, but let's go over it again. Larceny under $200 is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Assault and battery is also a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Let's take a look at this. Allegation is that you were at Sturgis last September and you stole a motorcycle ignition key that belonged to John William Miller, and you assaulted that person. So I don't know what the value of a motorcycle key is, but it's less than $200. That's the plea offer. They say you pulled up, took his key, and took off on your bike. Mr. Gibson, what's your client wish to do here?
I've conveyed the offer to him and he's indicating that he wants a trial.
All right, Mr. Fox, do you wish that trial to be in front of a jury or a judge?
Judge.
All right.
Not a jury trial?
No jury.
All right, you agree to waive your right to jury trial in that regard?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, that will make the case go faster. Ms. Stoll, do the people agree also to waive jury in this matter?
I would agree to that, Your Honor.
Do you know what you have for witnesses?
Just the officer and the victim.
The officer is Adam Kreitz. The complaining witness is Mr. Gregory John William Miller. Mr. Fox, you have any witnesses you wish to call?
The one that was standing there, Robert Marker, was standing there with us.
Robert Marker. We can subpoena him, Mr. Gibson, if you provide information on who he is and how to contact him. Otherwise, you'll be responsible for producing him if you wish to have him. I'm going to set this for a 2-hour bench trial. Bench trial goes faster. You get right to the evidence. You take the testimony. You don't have to pick a jury. You don't have to give jury instructions. And Mr. Fox has been around long enough that he's willing to just have it tried as a bench trial. Mr. Fox, you got a bunch of unpaid stuff. I don't know when you last made a payment. 690. You made a payment yesterday?
No, it's been a minute. It's been a while.
All right. I want you to start to pay on that.
Can do.
Do we have your Canara Street in Constantine?
Yep.
All right. So that's a good spot. How long have you been there?
It's mailing address. It's been a minute.
Are you working someplace?
Somewhat.
Tell me about that.
I can just scrapping pretty much.
Well, we'll set this for a bench trial, probably in May.
May I just explain something to the defendant on the record, for the record?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Fox, you understand that you have a right to a jury trial. You understand that?
Yeah.
And in a jury trial, there would be potentially 6 jurors, and the jurors would have to be unanimous in their decision. You understand that?
Yeah, I do.
And you're willing to waive your right to a jury to have just one judge decide your case?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
I've known Mr. Fox a long time, and he's a man of his own mind. But I appreciate your expanding on the record. All right, Mr. Fox, you're good to go. We'll set this for a bench trial.
All right,
And,
thank you, Your Honor.
I see. I want you to make some payments before I see you next time.
I can do that. Thank you.
All right. Ms. Lemmerhart, why don't you come up and have a seat? All right, we've had a pretrial, we had an arraignment, an attorney pretrial. I think we might have had 2 attorney pretrials. March 3rd, there was a misdemeanor offer. This was originally charged as a felony. It was amended to a misdemeanor. And we left it on for, that was our other case that's been bound over to circuit court. This case, we were here on March 3rd, and we set a pretrial for March 10th with the other case. And we discussed it again on March 10th. Thought they had an agreement. I wasn't completely on board with it. The agreement was to dismiss the felony charge, which has been bound over to circuit court, plead to this charge with no jail. And I wasn't on board with a solid recommendation of no jail because of the baggage that Ms. Lemmerhart has. So the deal didn't go through when we set the matter for final pretrial today. What additional discovery do you need?
There's video footage from Walmart, and that's not in the file.
What do we know about that?
Well, Your Honor, I noticed that was missing today. I believe there's some video footage from the self-checkout, which is weird.
If I could say that Ms. Stoll I believe that she's been diligent in trying to find everything. I don't think that there was a problem that went on. It's simply, even the case is still relatively new in a way. Even though we were here on March 10th, we all thought that we're working towards resolution. We still are thinking that we're working towards resolution, but it's not proper for me to have her, Ms. Lemmerhart, potentially plea in a case if there's video evidence that really should be viewed before we go forward.
I don't dispute that. I would have hoped we would have got it between March 10th and April 9th, but Walmart has very high definition videos, just shining directly down on the checkout lanes. And I'm not sure if the affidavit, do the police have the information, Abby?
Yeah, according to the police report, it says that the video footage was saved to the server.
Well, frankly, everybody should have had it before now, but I understand Miss Montag's position. That's what a conscientious attorney does, make sure they look at all the evidence first. Let's set another last pretrial rather than a trial. I will tell you, for all your purposes, if she does enter a plea, I'm inclined to ask for a pre-sentence report to figure out what to do here. Are you available Thursday afternoon, May 21st at 2?
Yes, John.
I'm
laughing because I have a blood donation appointment, but yes, I can make myself available.
All right. Well,
yes, I can be free.
All right. 5/21/26 at 2 p.m. At that point, we'll be over in the other building.
Okay.
Today is you're here on our last afternoon in history in this room.
That's actually
And so you can tell your grandchildren about that. At any rate, Ms. Lemmerhart, stay in contact with your lawyer. Don't get in any more trouble until we resolve this. The circuit court case is still up there. pending this one. So I'm not faulting anybody. Everybody needs to see that video, but apparently the Three Rivers has it. They need to get it and get it to her, and then we'll see what we're gonna do on May 21st at 2:00.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Paul, do you have anything that's ready?
There's just, Robert Gowan is asking for a trial.
All right, well, let's talk to him, then you can go back to lockup. I figured that's where we were going here, but well. Good afternoon, Mr. Gowan.
How you doing?
You've been here a lot more than you wanted to be lately, but let's talk about this one. This is an odd case where you're alleged to have stolen electricity from Mark Cornish, your neighbor. The way it's charged, there is a theft of utilities, but I think that has to do more with a utility company than with a neighbor. So you're charged with simple larceny, 93 days and/or $500. At this point, is there a plea offer, Ms. Stoll?
No, Your Honor.
I don't believe Mr. Gowan owes any money to the court. Do you wish, I'll ask you the same question I asked Mr. Fox. Do you wish me to set this for a jury trial or a bench trial in front of the judge?
Jerry.
All right. Mr. Gibson, I think I've got a date with some jury cases on it for you. One of the problems is we're getting too dense. We got a lot of jury cases backed up, and we haven't tried anything yet this year. But right now, we're in construction mode, so we haven't done anything in April. And we're gonna, I think May is already full.
Well, I guess the defendant and I could discuss, I guess, I didn't really discuss with him before if he would be willing to waive a jury trial, but I would be willing to have a discussion with him to make sure that that's what he wants to ask for as a jury.
Well, as I said, Mr. Fox has been around and he's like, nope, bench trial's all right with me, and I trusted his decision on that. Which is an offhanded compliment to me, saying, I just assumed you did it. But as you know, everybody's entitled to a jury trial. So, Mr. Gowan, if you stick around, well, why don't you discuss it now? I would put it on, well, you've got Pontius, and I'm hoping that case is gonna get diverted somehow. Let's see, we got May 20th. Our next available date is May 20th, which has got a couple cases that I think are likely to go. Then we go to June 10th. I think that's Luke Nossinger Gay Day. Yes. We've only got 10 cases set for trial that day, so that'll be good. Be 24. So if we did do a jury trial, it would be June 24th. If he wants a bench trial, we could do it much sooner than that. It would still allow a discussion of potential settlement. So why don't you take a minute, talk with him and make sure what he wants to do.
Yes, thanks.
Well, they gave me some more paper clips to get me through the rest of the afternoon, a stack of general judgments and some register of actions, and 2 pens and 2 Kleenexes. So I think I can make it through the rest of the afternoon. I only have about 8 paper clips. I hope I make it. They were close to having Judge Patterson's hearing room done. We were up there and we saw him in there, but they've made a lot of progress. Mr. Gowan, come on back up and have a seat.
Thank you.
Mr. Gowan is also someone I've known for a while. Also, I think knows his own mind. Mr. George, what does your client wish to do? I mean, Mr. Gibson.
At this point, I guess I would ask that it stay a jury trial and not be a bench trial.
All right, we'll set it for June 24th. This is an odd set of facts. There's multiple players in here, and somebody said, he said, she said, at least from the affidavit of probable cause. Abby, I'd ask for a witness list, exhibit list. By June 1st. Mr. Gowan, this was out on Schimmel Road. Are you still there?
Yes, sir. That's where I live.
All right, and you get your mail there?
Yes, sir.
All right, you've, as far as I know, always made every court appearance. There is no plea offer. Defendant wants a trial and he's entitled to have one. If you do change your mind and wish to set it for a bench trial, we can discuss that. We could set it. Otherwise, it's set for jury on the 24th of June at 8:30.
Thank you.
All right, you're good to go.
Call me in June.
Well, I'll get in touch with you.
No, you need it before June. You need your witness and exhibit list by June 1. All right, now, before you go into lockup, we got Ms. Hoff and Ms. Hoff. And Luke's got Brianna and you got Samantha. And I thought maybe we could address those. All right, well, let me call these cases. File 252682SM. People versus Samantha Jo Hoff. That alleges a retail fraud from the Walmart store in Three Rivers on October 21st of 2025. Mr. Paul Gibson represents the defendant in that case. It's alleged that the defendant and a co-defendant stole 70-inch television and some Halloween candy. File 252638 alleges that again at the Walmart in Three Rivers on October 26th of 2025, a defendant and a co-defendant stole a 65-inch Vizio TV and some other items, and they identified them as the same couple of ladies that had allegedly stolen a 70-inch television set a few days before. So they were identified subsequently as Brianna and Samantha Hoff. So Mr. Gibson represents Samantha. Brianna Hoff is represented by Mr. Knopfinger. File 252407 SM corresponds to the October 21st of 2025 case of Samantha. And file 252683 SM corresponds to the October 26th case where the smaller 65-inch television was allegedly stolen. Brianna also has this ordinance, I guess not, also has a littering charge on October 27th. So there are two incidents. The defendants are co-defendants, and then Brianna has another case. Abby, is there a plea offer?
There is, Your Honor. The offer is the same for each defendant. In exchange for a guilty plea to one count of retail fraud, second degree, I would be willing to dismiss all remaining charges in all of the files.
All right, one count of retail fraud, second degree. Each. Dismiss all other cases. All right, on behalf of your client, Mr. Gibson, what does she wish to do?
The case is unresolved and she's asking for a jury trial.
All right, Ms. Stoll, would the prosecution intend to join the defendants and join the two cases?
I would likely join the cases. I don't think that I would join the defendants for trial.
Well, I wouldn't say anything.
All right, Ms. Hoff, what that means is they would move to join both cases, the October 21st case and the October 26th case. It's part of the same case. So process 21 days to file motion to join cases. Again, there's video evidence in this case.
There is, Your Honor.
Do you have it, Mr. Gibson?
Yes, I think so. I mean, I know I've looked at videos.
Ms. Hoff, have you seen it?
I have not, but I also have proof that I was down at my kid's school on the day of the 21st when this alleged theft took place. So, I mean,
All right, that's an alibi defense, and you have to file a notice of alibi defense.
and my co-defendant and my kid's dad, Sean Coleman, both clearly were in the car on the 21st. They don't deny that, and they say that I wasn't in the car.
I'm not
all
sure
right.
what we deny or don't deny.
Your Honor, this is the first that I think she's given me details about an alibi defense, so I would ask that the court provide for 7 days to allow me to
I'll give you
file an
21
alibi
days.
defense. If there's one, if I believe one is applicable. I attempted to get a hold of the defendant yesterday because I wanted to try to go over the videos with her today before court started, but I was not able to get a hold of her, and she got to court.
Yeah, if
after
the
2.
affidavits are supported by the testimony, the jury's gonna convict these ladies in about 3 minutes. And enjoy doing it. These are high definition videos.
I understand, Your Honor.
So you might want to look at these.
It wasn't me. I wasn't in Three Rivers.
All right. Samantha, you have $384 with unpaid fines. Most of them are booking fees. You have an unpaid use of meth case. Are you making any payments on that?
Yes, I'm making payments on it. My next payment isn't due until
16th, it looks
Yep.
like. All right, so you've been making payments on that?
I was gonna make a payment on that today.
If I gave you a test today, what would it show?
That'd be clean. I'm like huge pregnant.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna set this for a jury trial. I don't know the date. What's your due date?
I'm 35 weeks right now, so my due date is very, very close. That's kind of why I'm a little frustrated with this situation.
Well, there's enough of that to go around, I think. Okay, I'm gonna set these for a jury trial. They'll be together. Prosecutor has 21 days to file the motion to join them. I would suggest that you make arrangements with your lawyer to watch those videos. Maybe that'll change your perspective on things. All right, Brianna, let's talk about your case. Same 2 incidents. You also have a littering case. Prosecutor had agreed to dismiss the littering and one of the 2 larcenies. Mr. Nostringer, what does your client wish to do?
Trial by jury, Judge.
Same thing, Ms. Stoll, you moved to join the cases but not the defendants.
Correct, Your Honor.
Your co-defendant's apparently willing to throw you under the bus. I wasn't there, but she was. Have you seen the videos?
I just seen photos.
All right. Again, the offer is to plead 1 count of DV, second dismiss all else.
Yes, retail fraud, second, Your Honor.
Yeah, DV, not retail fraud. Prosecution intends to join the 2 cases, but not the 2 defendants. 21 days to move to join the cases. That's of some benefit to you, Ms. Hoff. If they separated the cases, they could try 1 case, and if you were found not guilty, they just turn around and try the second one. So they get 2 bites of the apple. By joining the two cases into one case, then the jurors hear about both things, but they only have one opportunity to try to obtain a conviction. Co-defendant also demands jury trial. All right. Ms. Hoff, are you still at Kelsey Street?
It's a 6th Street address, Judge.
Yes, Sixth Street is the dairy bar. There's no houses on Sixth Street. You're a Marcellus guy, but in Fourth Ward, they're avenues, and in Second Ward, they're streets. First Ward, they're all named after trees or people. And Third Ward, I don't know what they named them after, people. But in Fourth Ward, what's now called the Fourth District, it's First Avenue up to about 14th Avenue. And in Second Ward, it's Second Street all the way up to 16th Street, 6th Ave. Anyway, there are no houses on 6th Street that face, it's the dairy bar. There is one house next to the bridge across from the dairy bar. I think there's one house that has a 6th Street address. The other side of the bridge is Middle Street. More of a geography lesson than you really cared to have. Ms. Hoff, are you working someplace?
I do painting, painting.
Paint houses?
Yeah, I call them painting.
Like exterior or interior?
Like, I mean, whatever they have for, like they do on the outside and the inside. It all depends on what the boss says. Where it's at.
I think you told me that before. Which company do you work for?
It's the Coleman company.
Cool.
Yeah, Sean. I work for Sean.
Oh,
He has his own painting.
all right. Well, same advice. You might want to actually look at these videos. If the evidence presents the way it did, I think a jury is gonna, the way it's presented, but just because it's written in the affidavit doesn't mean that's exactly the way it was. Any rate, I was hopeful we would resolve these. Having a baby is not going to be a get out of jail free card for Samantha. And let's see. I don't believe you owe me any money, Brianna, but we'll set this for trial, date to be set. All right, do you have any questions? All right, you're good to go. All right, we're getting down. Mr. George is talking with his client. I have not taken even one plea. If we do try those cases, it takes us all the way out to July. There's issues in July because of vacations. There's issues in August because of judicial conference. And we're all covering for Judge Stutzman. July 8th is open. Abigail, I'm going to set both of those Huff cases for July 8th. Well, we have dates in August. That's assuming that every existing case resolves, and that's not always the case. Samantha Hoff has been making payments. So she has that. Mr. Fox is not making any payments on anything, but nothing really consequential. Could you guys tell me how much jail credit Frank Randall has? Since I can't look
Could you
that
check
up
how
anymore.
much jail credit Frank Randall has?
Ross said something for 3. No, that would be 4. And I set Kern for 3 for Tim George.
$0.5. Thank you.
5 days.
Move some boxes between Kern and Ross's.
What?
Maybe you can move some boxes between.
That's possible. Move my plate. I got some stuff I would like to move out of my office. I told Abby she didn't have 47 years to accumulate junk. She's only been here. She can probably fit all her stuff in one box.
The one benefit to being new.
I got good news yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm off probation now.
For what? A 12-year probation or?
When I started back, I had to go back on probation.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. Everybody new has to be on probation for a year.
Wow. So yeah, he's got a long tenure, but he's got some gaps in between. Well, congratulations for
Yeah.
successfully completing your probation.
It's my 15th year. It took me that long, I guess.
Get off probation. He had some earlier credit. He has 1 day, got arrested on the 15th, got out on the 16th. So he has 5 days plus 1. Tim, could I give you this?
Yes, sir.
This is the plate for the Liberty Bell.
Okay.
And if you could just put it in their mailbox on your way back to the office.
Okay.
I told them I would be sending it over via you. They're not always there.
Are you putting it on the plaque yourself?
I've already ordered the plaque.
Oh, okay.
And I just unscrew that. You know, we have the permanent one.
Right.
And then we have the one that's given. Now, the one that's given has been awarded. That's the winner.
Okay.
It's not disclosed yet. But worthy winner.
Yes, sir.
And thanks for your help.
Okay.
My handwriting's so bad. I hope I can figure it out. Good afternoon, Mr. Kern. Thank you for your patience. Are you Tyler James Kern?
Yes, sir.
Here with your lawyer, Mr. Tim George. You're charged with no insurance under the insurance code, driving suspended, first offense, and unlawful plate. Those are all misdemeanors. The most serious of the batch is the no insurance charge. That's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of not less than $200. Ms. Stoll, we adjourned this a couple of times. I think Mr. Kern was working on some things. What's the plea offer here?
Your Honor, in exchange for a guilty plea to violating the motor vehicle code and the admission to no proof of insurance, I'm willing to dismiss the remaining charges.
All right, that's a pretty good offer. These are punishable. No insurance is punishable by up to a year in jail. Fine of not less than $200. and not more than $500. So the minimum fine for that one is $325. The prosecutor is agreeing to dismiss that charge for a plea to a civil infraction called no proof of insurance. That carries a fine of $150. It's not a crime. It's like running a stop sign or a speeding ticket. It does carry a $150 fine by fee schedule, but it's not a misdemeanor. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, no insurance means you were driving the car that day and you had no insurance on your car. No proof of insurance means you didn't have the slip in the car. Sometimes, me included, get sideways and we don't put our proof in there in a timely manner. Well, I've been trying to be very conscientious about it, but when I had 5 cars and 3 kids, it's hard to maybe always keep it all current. Anyway, are you willing to admit that on the date of this offense, that was December 29th, that you did not have valid proof of insurance in your car?
Yes.
You agree with that, Mr. George?
Yes, sir.
Laura, I took all the envelopes out of here. I'm in rough shape. Can I have a couple of pay envelopes? I stripped this bear yesterday afternoon and not realizing I still needed some stuff. Can you pay that today or do you need time to pay it?
Can I do a payment plan?
Yeah. That one's theoretically due within 30 days. So they'll take the money for that one first.
Can you add it to the one that's already going? Okay.
When did you make your last payment?
The 6th?
Yeah, April 6th, because your next one's due May 6th. So you've been making payments. All right. Did you get your license back?
Yeah.
Very good. Dismiss. Plea 257-326. How'd you do that?
Cutting grass.
I mean, you got enough money to pay to get your license squared away?
What do you mean?
You got your license back,
Oh,
is that
yeah.
what you said? How did you manage to do
I was
that?
cutting grass.
So using the money from cutting grass to pay everything?
Yeah. And I got child support.
Yes,
fines.
yes. I made my comment on child support this morning. But it doesn't do any good if you're suspended, you can't get to work or drive anywhere, and people get on the driving suspended merry-go-round and they can't get off. These offenses often go together. No insurance, no plate, and driving suspended. I call it driving while poor. You don't have enough money to pay for everything and you're driving to get back to work and trying to make everything go all right. And then you get this. Then you get a bunch of more fines. You don't remember driver responsibility fees. They were terrible.
125.
What?
It was 125.
Well, that was the reinstatement.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, I didn't have an either, so we had to revise.
But the driver responsibility fee for these would be $500 a year for 2 years. It was terrible. It was grossly unfair. It made people disrespect the system. They got suspended and they thought, screw it, I'm just going to drive anyway. They were repealed and we're all better for it. Anyway, they've offered to dismiss the charge of driving suspended if you plead to the offense of another to violate the motor vehicle code. Paul, do you need to go see Mr. Randall in the back?
I went to see him already.
All right, we'll bring him in a minute. Thanks. Allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code carries no points, doesn't get abstracted to your license, won't affect your ability to keep or maintain your driver's license now that you got it back. That's why that's a good deal. So you filed an advice of rights acknowledging that you're giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury if you enter a plea to this charge. Is that correct?
Yes.
So were you driving a car here in St. Joe County on December 29th?
Yes.
Where were you going?
Not too, I don't remember.
Now, you lived in Kent County. Where do you live now?
Can't remember.
All right. So
That's
how'd you have,
That's my grandma's address.
all right, that
Mailing.
Kent County address, that Tent Pole Lane or whatever it is?
Lodgepole.
How'd you happen to be here in St. Joe County?
My mother lives here.
All right, so it would have been Christmas, New Year's time. You spend a lot of time down here?
Occasionally. I'm from here, but trying to move away.
This one's a little more expensive. $75 fine, $75 crime victims' rights fee, $50 state minimum fee. That's $350 as part of payment plan. My suggestion is you don't get another one because I won't do a payment plan. I'll just do a jail plan. Yeah, that careless driving that dinged you up and then you blew it off for 6 years, but we got back on track. Otherwise, I probably would have done a jail sentence. But you made a payment April 6th. All right, I'll have the court officer take you out to the counter. That resolves all three of these. All things considered, you owe a lot of money, $500, $350 plus $150. But it's a civil infraction and a no point non-obstructable offense. That's probably as good as it's going to get. Hopefully, the no proof of insurance won't affect you because that does get abstracted. But the other charges are. Thank you, Mr. George, and thanks for the plate too.
Yes, sir.
I'll be gone for a few days. I'll come back just in time for the filing deadline.
Okay.
We had a seminar yesterday from the Michigan Judicial Institute on ballot access legal issues. That was one of our topics. Did you have any TSA backup issues on your flight? They seem to have worked themselves through. Well, Mr. Randall is our last case, except we have a Ross Truckee special. Marianne Ross. Is that on your calendar, Abby?
It's not, but I figured I'd stick it out.
It was set for plea and sentence. Should have been noticed for April 9th. I don't know if they got, I'm not sure when he asked me to do that.
Have a good trip, Judge.
All right, thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Randall. I saw you by Zoom the other day, and I scheduled a matter for today. Go ahead and have a seat, sir. Knowing Mr. Gibson would be here. In fact, is this the case where I hijacked you to sit in on the arraignment?
It's possible, but I know that I saw it here at the last minute that it got scheduled, so.
Well, maybe not. He got picked up over the weekend. He has a felony case pending pre-exam on April 21st. He's been in jail in this case for 5 days plus 6 days because of the day he served earlier. So he has a total 6 days jail credit. The sentence or the charge is charge of assault and battery. It's alleged that you assaulted somebody named Michael Carr. Abigail Stoll is here from the prosecutor's office. Ms. Stoll, is there a plea offer here?
There is, Your Honor. In exchange for a guilty plea to disturbing the peace, I'm willing to dismiss the original charge of assault and battery.
Mr. Gibson, did you discuss that with Mr. Randall?
Yes, I discussed that with Mr. Randall, and he indicated that he wanted to resolve the case today and accept that.
Well, let's talk about that for a minute, Mr. Randall. Assault and battery means that you assaulted or battered somebody. Disturbing the peace is different. Disturbing the peace doesn't matter who started it or who was right or wrong. Was there a quarrel, argument, disturbance in a public place? So it's a much lower standard. I will represent to you that I'm going to give you time served for this if you do plead to that charge. You haven't got the other charge that's holding you. But as your lawyer said, that would resolve the case and this matter would be over with. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you do plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? There will not be a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf. But you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand?
Yes.
Well, tell me what happened this day between you and Mr. Carr.
Mr. Carr knows I go over to Fawn River and feed my cat. She won't stay at 203 North Orange. She's got to wait like 3 times on me, and so I just leave him over there. And there's a couple ladies that feed him, help me feed him. You know, I go over, try to go over every day, and I just over there feeding my cat at the picnic table on Vista. And Mike, we used to sit and talk, and he'd watch me feed my cat and keep an eye, tell me if he's seen him. And he was coming out there when I was feeding my cat, and I said something referring to his electrical cart there being a piece of shit because it was banged and scared my cat. I did say that. And I carried on feeding my cat, and he drove up a little hill from their parking lot past a tree and said, "I got something for you." And as I turned, he just dove on me and hit me in the mouth. We ended up on the ground. He rolled me down, and he was on top of me and hit me, and I rolled him over. And I said, "Please don't. I don't want to hurt you, and I don't want to get hurt." Police stopped, and he bit me. And that's when I just let him wob. You know, he just kept trying to get away. He hit me was what he was trying to do. And
did you hit him back?
No, I did not.
Said he had lacerations and like a black eye,
with
contusions to his face around his right eye. So did you?
It must have been when we rolled, because I did not strike that man. I asked him to stop, and when I got off,
you got in this.
I got up because he quit breathing. He was breathing really hard, and I don't have nothing against this guy. I never had a problem with him. I went and got my cat, and I come back through with my flashlight, and he was up looking around, and I seen his wallet there, and I picked it up and I handed it to him.
Was it dark out?
Yeah. And his dog had ran over on towards Gateway, I guess, Vista or something. We were one of them.
So his cart or scooter scared your cat away.
Yeah. No, my cat was like, when I said that the shit machine and all that, he was still in parking lot and come up that little hill. And I had my cat, calmed my cat down, you know, and he was still sitting there gonna eat. And that's when he said he had something for me and jumped on me. And that's when my cat went that way. And me and him was rolling around on the ground. And
Well, it doesn't sound like a very pleasant scene, but as I said, it doesn't matter who was right or wrong or who started it. I'm gonna give you 6 days credit, 6 days, waive the fine, waive the attorney fee, $125 minimum cost for 2 additional days concurrent with your charge that you got a pre-exam on. You have an all unpaid domestic violence where you owe $150. I'm gonna wipe that out. 1846 OM.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Could I state something? The victim is also asking for restitution for his broken glasses.
How much was that?
It's $358. There's a request for restitution in the file.
All right, give me a minute. I'm gonna take care of this. Fail to pay. Fine and costs.
And the prosecutor had explained to me about the restitution, and I did explain that to the defendant.
6
that they
days
were
credit.
asking for restitution.
All right. Michael, the contact knocked Michael's glasses off. Yeah, assault battery is one thing. Disturbing the peace is another. Normally, I wouldn't order restitution and disturbing the peace, but this is part of a plea agreement.
What about half? I mean, I didn't start this. I didn't want no part of it.
I understand.
I had a case with the Nissa car. They're not related that I know of. Nissa, I stole money on her.
I would be surprised if Mr. Carr went out and paid $350 for a pair of glasses.
The receipts attached to the request.
All right. I was thinking that maybe they got paid for by something else. I'm looking for it. I don't see the request for it. Could you?
I just would like to ask him why he did this. I won't try and ask him out in public or nothing. I'm not gonna bother him, man. He knows I went over and seen my cat every day.
So this cat is like out and about and you just stop and see the cat and the cat knows you come.
I raised the cat from a kitten. He walked, when I lived at Fawn River Apartments, I walked him the perimeter. He thinks he's a dog. He thinks he's a guard cat. He rides on my shoulder. He rides in a stroller. The community knows him. And he doesn't want to leave there. Because since I left there, I've been at 203 North Orange. And I've had him there like 4 times and he always gets loose. And I just can't have him running across town. He'll get run over or something. I mean, this is my pal.
All right, I don't doubt that. Abby, did you send me that?
Yeah, I'm working on it, Judge.
Okay.
And I go around and pick up trash. I try to do what I can for the community. I go to St. John's Church and Methodist Church. I help out with the clothes. And I'm not saying I'm an angel or saint, but I try to do my part to help out. I don't go around starting problems.
Yes.
Dudes abide said if I ever have a problem getting a right to court again, please contact them. They got their workers.
Mm-hmm.
They know me because they see me picking up their parking lot, and then.
Well, I'd give you a bus pass to get home, but right now you don't need one. So I'm trying to figure out this restitution question. Laura, could you bring me that PPO that Dina is telling me I have? I am going to need to address that by 5 o'clock.
I have PPO bond put on him.
10 years. You'd have to apply for one, but you should be able to, yeah.
Oh, I just go to Vista. I don't, the judge said don't go to Fawn Apartments, so I don't. I say, I'm Vista. I can call my cat, he come to me and eat, but he won't go to anybody else.
Sounds like cat people versus dog people.
I'm friends with Bo though. I am. Bo wasn't the problem, is the Bradley ride he has. I mean, I wasn't even mad about that. I just scared my cat. What would happen if I would have said no? Nothing about his card. Maybe he just rode up there and smoked a cigarette and moved on. I don't know. He never argued that.
Yeah, he paid for them with a credit card. $358. Well, I closed out that DV case. It's $150 that I waived to the court. I can't wipe out restitution with jail time. Make that due by December 31. Got to the end of the year to pay that.
I'll have to pay for it by next month.
All right.
2 months maybe.
All right, Mr. Randall. I'll see you on the 21st on that other case, I think. That's way far away. That shouldn't be that far out.
Do you need an advice of rights form? from
I read
Mr.
him the
Randall?
advice of rights, or I quoted them to him on the record here, so I think we're good to go.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
All right, I wiped out your old DV unpaid fine with credit for time served. And 6 days credit, 6 days, $125 or 2 additional days, and the restitution is due by December 31st. So, Mr. Randall, I'll see you in court in a little couple days.
May I ask what my bond would be on this other case? I mean, this sounds so stupid, but I just picked up a bag.
Well,
and
no,
it-
don't
Okay.
say anything about it. Let me.
All right. Oh. The bond is 5,000, 10%. Wow. I don't know why they set it so far out. You got arraigned on April 6th. And the prelim pre-exam, I thought would have been April 14th. Rather than April 21st. But the bond is 5,000, 10%. All right, good luck, Mr. Randall. What is it?
This means you could put up a portion of that with a bonding agency and they would get you out. So you may want to contact Quick Bail Bonds and see what.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Security, we are ready to go.
All right, yeah, how much stuff can I move in a half an hour? I got a weird PPO request here. Hi.
Hi.
Let me shut this off. Matt Huff is here for a special guest appearance. All right, we have one final matter to do today and forever here in this courtroom. Mr. Truckee was interested in getting this matter completed, so we set it for late in the day here on Thursday. The file number is 26530FY. The defendant is Rayanne Louise Ross. That's you?
Yes, sir.
You're here with your lawyer, Mr. Ross Truckee. You're charged with possession of methamphetamine, which is a felony punishable by up to 10 years imprisonment and a fine of up to $15,000. That's alleged to have occurred, I think, at your house on 5th Street on March 22nd. Mr. Truckee asked me to set this, I think it's set for a pre-exam on April 14th. But Mr. Truckee asked to set it for a plea. I did advise Abigail of this. It appears there's going to be a misdemeanor plea offer.
That's correct, Your Honor. It'd be 1 count of use of methamphetamine, dismiss the balance.
And who made that offer?
I communicated with Mr. Robert on that.
All right, he was interested in getting this plea done earlier rather than later. And so here we are. Do you understand that if you plead to this charge, you won't be having a preliminary examination and you won't be having a trial?
Yes.
The matter is being reduced from a felony to a misdemeanor, which is punishable, as I said, by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to, the misdemeanor is a year in jail and a fine of up to $2,000. I'm not going to sentence you today because I'm going to need more information. There's a co-defendant, Mr. Fraze, and there's some things going on here. So if I do take your plea, I'm going to set it for sentencing in a few weeks. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You've signed the advice of rights, acknowledging that you are giving those rights up by entering this plea. Do you understand?
Yes.
Other than this plea offer, did anybody promise you anything to get you to plead to this
No, sir.
or threaten you?
No, sir.
All right. Were you at your house on Fifth Street? This is just a while ago, March 22nd.
Yes, sir.
And did the police come there to execute a search warrant?
Yes.
Primarily because of your roommate, Mr. Edward Fraze?
Yep. Yes.
And they executed the search warrant. They found you and him in the basement.
Yes, sir.
And there was a fairly large amount of methamphetamine. And did you live in the whole house or just in the basement?
Just the basement.
Whose house was it?
His mother's.
All right. And you and Edward lived in the basement.
Yes.
On that day or at that time, had you used some methamphetamine?
Yes, I did.
All right. How are you doing? How are you doing today?
Okay.
But if I gave you a meth test from a urine sample, would you be positive?
Yeah.
All right. This is hard. I appreciate your candor. You don't just turn it off like a switch. Now, Edward's in jail, isn't he?
Yes.
So I don't know what your source is, but I'm going to want to set this out, get some information. And I'm going to test you on the day that I see you next. Are you still living at that address?
No.
Don't tell me what your address is, but what town is it in?
Third.
All right. I'm gonna do some investigation, take a look at the police report, see what's going on with Mr. Fraze, and probably do a urine test that day. And we could go a couple different directions. Have you sought any help? Have you talked to Pivotal or anybody?
That's who I'm gonna get a
All
hold
right,
of.
well, I'm giving you quite a bit of time. So Mr. Truckey's wise enough to know that these things will help you.
Okay.
So I want to see what you do between now and June 1st or June 3rd, other than continue to use meth.
Okay.
I also note that Ms. Ross has no criminal record, and so she may be eligible for a 7411 probation.
All right, we'll consider that also. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. You're hanging out with the wrong people. I didn't even have a register of actions. Mr. Truckee had asked if you would take her out to the counter and give her a notice. I don't have any notice forms. I don't have anything. I'm barely hanging on here. All right, Ms. Ross, that means there's no prelim or pre-exam. We took the plea already, set for sentencing farther out than I would like, but it'll give you enough time to see if you're going to start treatment and make some progress. All right, Ross, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Been a pleasure to practice in this courtroom, by the way.
Yes.
I understand we're signing off for the last time.
We are signing off. I'm going to do a little sign off, but yes, this is our last formal court hearing. Miss Ross, you can tell your grandkids you were the last person to ever enter a plea in this room.
I feel special.
All right, thank you. All right, we're going to do a little brief sign off here. Thank you all. Hello, Mr. Lone Wolf. I see your channel from time to time. And others who are watching this. This will be the last live stream from this courtroom. We just took the last plea. As I indicated this morning, this courtroom opened about 1976 or 77. I get my days of years mixed up. When I first came here at the county in 1978, everything still smelled like new paint and new wood. Well, a lot of people have passed through here in the intervening almost 60 years. And it's time for an upgrade, a time for a refresh. And although we like things to be constant, they don't always remain constant. So we're going to be relocating. It isn't really terrible. We're going to be live streaming when I see everybody next from the historic circuit courtroom in the historic side of the St. Joseph County Courthouse. I have a nice corner office with windows that actually open. I don't consider it to be my office. I'm just warming the space for the judge that succeeds me. But it has been a privilege to practice in here. Lots of memories were made in here. I spoke of some of them this morning. So by the time anyone else does come to visit, this courtroom is going to be demolished. And that makes me sad, but it will be refurbished. And then in this nearly same configuration, it will have new bench, new walls, new carpeting. It will be new and perhaps last another 60 years. So that is not like they're tearing it down. And everything in here is certainly anachronistic. It's like from the 70s, and I guess so am I. So we'll say what I said this morning. The three men I admire most, they caught the last train for the coast. That would be the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. So we'll see you when we come back in a new setting, at least for the next 8 months. And I wish everybody the best. We'll be back on the 21st.
I kind of feel like, you know, it's one of those days. Farewell, Chalky. Wherever you may land, may it be another educational endeavor. May you be used for another 50 years for some purpose somewhere. And may you find a good home and not be demolished with the rest of that courtroom. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not goodbye for Judge Middleton. He will be back on April the 21st, but he is in his final year of tenure, and he's going to be training some new people. Things are changing. We're getting a little bit of a refresh. Chat, you have been amazing tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. This was not meant to be a great big one. You know, I didn't expect to see a huge turnout tonight. We had a great turnout, though. I do appreciate everybody coming by. I did that right. I did that right. Hey, I did a thing. But, yeah, guys. Goodbye to 3B Room C and our good friend Chalky. It's been an amazing few years. We have archives out the wazoo. And we'll still be watching court every single night here of the week that we have court to watch, and that I'm able to produce it and present it. Friends, thank you so very much. It's been a long day. It's been an eventful day. It's been one for the books. And I want to thank everybody for coming out and hanging out with me and celebrating this end of an era with the 3B, Room C, and our friend Chalky. Thank you so very much, especially to our friend Wixom, 2 times over, for the contributions and donations. Our friends, Sovereign Citizens Legals, Sovereign Legal Encounters. I can never get your name right, Hutch. It's Hutch. It's Hutch. It's Hutch, everybody. And AI Papa, for God's sake. Oh my God, thank you all. It is through the contributions of viewers like you that this humble wolf can take care of his parents and his beautiful pets and sit here and produce court content for us all to watch day in and day out. And it is my mission to archive as much as possible, as long as I am allowed to do so, in the most respectful manner possible. Those are kind of my mission statements. I'm punch drunk, y'all. You know? What else can I say? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Judge Middleton, for the shout out. I remember the first time I saw him where Debbie called out that guy for sitting in his victim's room on Zoom, and it blew my mind. I was Middleton hooked from that day forward. But for now, I'm your local Fussel, and I am out. Because I'm running out of time here. That's all there's to it. Wow. Thank you all so very much. Have a great day. I mean, okay. Bye has been there this whole time. Really? Really? Go away. Hi. I'm looking for something funny to say because this is normally where we have our little call out to Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and I'm like, hey, there's nothing else to watch. Go away and do stuff. Not here. But I like to end these things on little bits of wisdom, and I got distracted there with some chat, and I was actually trying to find something really interesting to end this on because, American Pie related and all that type of funny stuff. But that song is just kind of sad. But I will say, remember, there are some words you can go to jail for, but more than that, caterpillar does all the work, but the butterfly gets all the publicity. Yeah. Y'all have a good night. You're all beautiful. You're all wonderful. And you're all worthy. See you next time. Are you not gone yet? Becky? Hermeticus? Felix? Rhonda? What? Go. Thank you. Go. Don't, I appreciate it. Oh my God. This isn't making any sense because nobody can see the chat. That's just kind of funny. Yeah. Are we getting embarrassment by proxy yet?